everybody, this is Patrice from My Embellished Life. Welcome or welcome back to my channel where I show you guys all of my sewing shenanigans and whatever else tickles my fancy. Thank you so much for stopping by and decided to embark on this journey with me. Now you guys, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video. I think it's about 3 or 4 weeks or something like that. The last video I uploaded, I think, had to be that failure. That adjustment failure of me trying to adjust a slim fitted trousers. We won't speak about that. But anyway, since then, I think I did one more outfit, and that's, I did another vest from Bodice 7718, and I also did a wide leg trouser. Can't remember the pattern number now. It's a TNT of mine for simplicity. I'll put it up if I remember. So I haven't been doing any garment sewing, and the main reason for that is that I finally took my serger to get looked at. So I got it back a few days ago, and hopefully she's running good. I took up my serger and one of my other machines to get service, and it dawned on me. I have a backup sewing machine, but I don't have a backup serger. I mean, who does that? Yeah, so that's definitely on my list to get a backup serger, because I could have been sewing all this time. Well, garment sewing, because I have been quilting my behind off. You guys know that I have a deadline for August to produce 5 quilts for an exhibition. Exhibition / sale silent auction. So I've been working on that while my serger's been away. So 2 down, 3 more to go. But my serger is back. I'm in the mood to sew up something, particularly a summer dress, a sundress. And I don't want to use a new pattern. Right now, I just want something that I know. So I'm going to pull out a TNT to do this, sew with me. Now, the mashup is Newlook 6616 and McCall 7948. And I've done a video, I think 2 years ago, is a sew and tell, a pattern review of this pattern fusion. So you're free to go back and look at that video. So that video is a sew and tell. Today we're going to do a sew with me. Okay, so today is Monday, the 9th of June. And yeah, this is what I'm going to work on today. I'm not in work today. I'm not at work today because it is a public holiday today. Today is Whit Monday, so I'm happy for that. This week is going to be a short week because today is a holiday and Friday is another holiday. That's a sovereign's birthday. So even though the king's birthday is in November, the sovereign's birthday is in June. So Friday is another holiday for us here in the Virgin Islands and all of the UK, the UCOTs. Yeah, I think it's celebrated through all of the UCOTs. Yeah, so I'm super excited today. And without further ado, let me get my disclaimer out there. This is no way, shape, or form a tutorial for McCall 7948 and Newlook 6616. You guys know me by now. It is just a behind the scenes with all of my sewing shenanigans. So without further ado, let's get into this sew with me. Right, so before I get to the sewing machine, I'm just going to talk quick about the adjustments and the fabric. Now, one thing that I'm grateful for is that when I sew up garments, I love to document. Even before I had my YouTube channel, before the YouTube channel, everything was written in a notebook. This is one of my older notebooks. And when I created the channel, it was for documentation purposes as well. But I so loved writing in the book that I still continued the practice. So I was able to go back and have a look at when I did this pattern fusion and all of the notes in terms of adjustment, fits, what went well, what I should change, and all of that stuff. So I did had a look at that, and I did go back and watch the video as well. And I realized that I had to go back and do another adjustment in the bodice because it was gaping. So the old adjustment wasn't effective enough. And since I've updated my adjustments, I just went ahead and traced out the bodice again. So that is what I did yesterday. So the bodice is from Newlook 6616. So I went ahead and I made the adjustment to my bodice. This is the front and the back. I didn't have to do any adjustments to the bottom. It's just rectangular pieces that we gathering to put together. So that is all good and well over here. So the fabric that I'm going to use, like the pattern is a fusion. The fabric is also a fusion as well. So I'm using two fabric. So this is the first fabric. And this is just a smaller piece of it. This is a yellow and white Dobie, cotton Dobie shirting fabric. So it's yellow, it's a darker yellow, and then on the fabric there are some white flowers scattered about. Now, I don't really mess with yellow a lot, and because just my opinion, I think yellow is just too close to my complexion. I could be wrong. That is just a personal opinion. So yellow isn't something that you will find a lot of in my wardrobe. But I bought this a few months ago. This fabric is also, you can find it a part of my last fabric haul on the channel. And somehow I just bought the fabric. And since I bought it, I'm going to use it. So this is the first fabric that I'm going to use. This is going to be the bodice and also the top tier of the skirt. We're going to use this fabric. Now the second fabric is this beautiful cotton eyelet that I purchased from my local fabric store a few years ago. So this is going to be a bottom tier, just so that I can break up the yellow a bit. Now, originally I was going to make this the top tier because McCall 7948 is the skirt portion is 2 tiers. I was going to make this the top tier and then the yellow the bottom tier, but I wasn't in the mood to search for a suitable lining for this, to be honest. So I just say, you know what, we're just gonna make it the bottom tier and do what it do. So everything is all sorted, everything is cut out. I think the only thing that is left for me to cut out are the straps for the top, but the main pieces are cut out, and so we're just gonna get into this bad boy. So let's go. All right, you guys, so the top part of this fusion is completed. Newlook 6616, and now it's time for me to attach McCall 7948 to this. Now, one thing I forgot to mention when I was talking about the adjustment, the first time that I did this fusion, I did shorten the bodice by 3 inches, and that was cool. Loved it, loved it, loved it. But this time around, I said I wanted it to be just a tad bit lower, and so this time around I only shortened it by 1.5 inches, and I'm so excited to see what the outcome is. So now I'm just going to start working on the first tier to attach to this, and then we'll see how it goes. Now I have about 2 or 3 hours before 10 o'clock before they take off the power because they want to do some sort of maintenance. So my power is going to be gone from 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock a.m. I tell you. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see how far I get with this thing here before my power goes. So let's go. Okay guys, so the top tier is gathered. I've pinned it to fasten it onto the bodice. I'm about to secure it on the machine. Now, I know there are people out there who do not enjoy gathering. And you know, that's cool. That's cool. Gathering doesn't bother me at all. But with this particular outfit, because I'm fusing 2 pattern pieces, you know, I couldn't follow the notches on either of the patterns because they won't match up. So what I've done is that in order for me to gather it, you know, easily, I located the center front, the center back, and the 2 sides first, and pinned those together, and then I just pulled in and adjusted the gathers from there. Simple, right? Good. Now let's secure this bad boy. Okay guys, it is Tuesday the 10th of June and I am back to finish up this bad boy. Listen, the power went, I think it was after 10:30 last night, and it didn't come back until after it was almost 10 o'clock this morning. Whatever maintenance these workers had to do down at the plant, oh my goodness. At one point, because they said it was going to be back by 6 a.m., and 6 a.m. came, 7 a.m., and I'm like, how many nuts and bolts did these workers lose that I can't get back my power? As yet, oh my goodness. The good thing about it is that surprisingly I did sleep well because the night was cool. So I just opened up my windows and let all of the fresh air come in. But the mosquitoes almost ate me alive. Even though they are squeezed on my window. So eventually I had to get up, put on my all natural bug spray, and then I was good for the night. Yeah, but my power is back. Just came back from praise dance rehearsal, and now I'm just going to attach the bottom tier of this bad boy to the rest of it, and hopefully I can just get it done tonight, and then we can try it on in the morning and do what we do with this thing. So without further ado, let's continue with this bad boy. Yes, guys. Yes, yes, yes. So here is the completed look. And I am absolutely loving this bad boy. I just love the contrast between the shirting fabric and the eyelet fabric. Mwah! Chef's kiss. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Now, gotta admit to you guys that attaching the bottom tier, doing the gathering and all of that almost took your girl out. But I persevered, and I'm so glad that I did. Listen, there is a reason why this is one of my favorite TNTs for summer. Newlook 6616, McCall 7948. Brilliant matchup. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Loving the length. I am so glad that I decided to lower it, the bodice part, by 1.5 inches instead of the 3 inches. I love the way it sits. Just love it. Love it, the length of the dress. Yeah. All right, so let's head over to the couch and let's wrap this entire bad boy up. And there you have it, my friends. The Sew With Me for one of my favorite summer dresses. The mashup between Newlook 6616 and McCall 7948. Listen, I am super, super, super pleased with it. Now, this would be the third of its kind in my wardrobe, and it did not disappoint. Look, this was the perfect picker-upper after that disappointment outcome the last time. So, I'm happy about that. So what is next on the agenda sewing wise? Well, I'm really trying to make myself as comfortable as possible for these sewing months. So the trend is light, airy, flowy, all of that jazz. And so while I want to make another sundress, not this one, I think I'm going to put this one aside for just a little bit. I want to make another sundress, and Chris from on social have been raving about Pattern Emporium recently. And while I've known about them for some few years, and I do have some patterns from them in my stash, I've never sewn up one of the patterns. And I think it's time, because every year since I bought this particular pattern that I'm going to talk about, I just never sewed it up. And that is the Fields of Dreams dress. Another beautiful sundress that I can't wait to get to tackle. So I think that's next on the docket if I choose to do another sundress right now. I also want to do a wrap dress of some kind. So those are the two that I'm toying with right now. Which one should be my next project? You guys, I think I just went off the trail right about now, because I haven't put a indie pattern spotlight on for a while, for a few months. Oh, Pat, use your words. For a few months. So I just went off the trail, and I want to bring myself back. And eventually I'll bring myself back. But right now I'm just moving like leaves in the wind. Whatever I'm feeling to do right now, that is what I'm going to do. Because in my summer months, you guys know that I don't do a lot of sewing. And so whatever I want to do for the summer in terms of garment wise, that is what I am going to do. So the toss up is either between the Fields of Dreams dress by Pattern Emporium, toying with a wrap dress. Right now I'm looking at one from, is it Lydia Naomi? That one, or another indie pattern company, Patterns for Less. They have a wrap dress that I'm currently looking at as well. Yeah. Or the boxy tee is also calling my name. The boxy tee, I think it's from Love Notions. That one is also calling my name as well. So we'll see what the next project will be. But in the meantime, thank you guys for stopping by and sharing my shenanigans with me. And while you're at it, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And also click that notification bell so you can be aware of all of my future shenanigans. I hope you have a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Think lovely thoughts. Keep on smiling. And always remember to make beautiful and wonderful things. All right, lovies. I'm out of here. Bye.